Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in to another video, and it has been a while since we've done this. It is time for World Cup predictions, match day 4 for the European qualifiers. Now, apologies, I have not updated the scores from the games, I think maybe back in March, but what I will do in the next video, I will actually update the scores, and I will let you know how everyone has done basically as well. So we go on to Group A, and it is Actually, let's have a look how Group A is going so far. So Group A, Portugal lead the way with 7 points. Serbia also have 7 points. Luxembourg have 3 points. Ireland and Azerbaijan are both on 0 as well. So yeah, so the first game is Luxembourg-Azerbaijan. Look, Luxembourg did a very, very good job in beating Ireland. Ireland have not been great, and you would have to say I think Luxembourg did really, really well. And this is a very tough one to call because, Luxembourg, they've got a tough group, but, to be on 3 points so far is really, really excellent. So, could be very, very interesting. Azerbaijan are on nil points. But they have played Portugal, and they have played Serbia, and they both lost those ones as well. So, I feel Azerbaijan could get something from this game. I really do. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw between Luxembourg and Azerbaijan. I do feel that Azerbaijan can get something from Luxembourg. And now we have probably a game where it's probably going to be one-sided. It's Portugal against Republic of Ireland. I will be absolutely amazed if Republic of Ireland gets something from Portugal. Obviously, the big news is obviously for Portugal fans that Cristiano Ronaldo has returned to Manchester United. So, obviously, he is with the national team at the moment. I think looking at Portugal, look, disappointing Euros. I thought they would have gone all the way, in all honesty, but they didn't start very well. And they'll be wanting to hopefully do better at the World Cup, that is for sure. So, but Republic of Ireland, I mean, Stephen Kenny is still in charge, but the squads, I mean, it's Championship, it's League One, it's League Two. There's maybe a couple of Irish players from Premier League squads, but that's the problem you've got with Ireland, I think. And unfortunately, I just have a feeling that Portugal are going to win this comfortably. I've been kind to Republic of Ireland. I do think Portugal will win by a lot. But I'm going to go for Portugal 3, Republic of Ireland 0. I do think that Republic of Ireland can give Portugal a little bit of problems, but none to cause them to score. So I'm going to go for a 3-0 win to Portugal in that one. So we move on to Group B now, and we have Georgia against Kosovo. Very, very quickly, this is how Group B is going as follows. So Spain are top with 7 points, Sweden with 6 points, Greece with 2 points, Georgia with 1 point, and Kosovo with 0 points. But Georgia and Kosovo meet here as well. Yeah, tough one. Tough one to call this one. Obviously, I know Kosovo are on 0 points at the moment, but I look at that as well, and I'm going to say that I fancy Georgia to pip this one. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Georgia. And now we have a match that was at the Euros. This ended 1-1 between Sweden and Spain. Obviously, Sweden have a lot of good young players. Alexander Isak, obviously, another one coming through. And he was one that really impressed at the Euros as well. With Spain, you've got some very, very good players. Pedri coming through as well. Obviously, Rodri. Dani Olmo as well. Again, Spain, they were unlucky against Italy. But the main thing you'd have to say is that Italy deserved to win the tournament as well. But Spain, to be fair, I don't think anyone gave them a chance in hell for trying to win the competition, but they managed to get to the semis, which is always a good thing. So I think Spain will do okay as well. It is in Sweden. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Spain. I just think Spain have got too much for Sweden, but we shall see what happens as well. So we move into Group C, and Group C is of the European champions, of course, Italy. Italy lead the way on 9 points, Switzerland on 6 points, Northern Ireland and Bulgaria on 1 point, and Lithuania on 0 points. And we go into Lithuania versus Northern Ireland as well. I will say this now, I think Northern Ireland can go to Lithuania and actually get a result. Lithuania, look, Scotland have fallen at the hands of Lithuania before. We've not played very well in Lithuania. It's a tough place to go to. I just have a feeling that Northern Ireland can go to Lithuania. And I'm going to give them the 3 points here. I think they will do a good time of it as well. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Northern Ireland against Lithuania. And the European champions, Italy against Bulgaria. Look, absolutely congratulations to Roberto Mancini for getting European success for Italy. And they deserved it. They absolutely deserved it. And they've got a very, very good squad coming up as well. So I think they'll be ones to beat. Bulgaria not started at all very well and at all. So I'm going to go for a 3-0 win to Italy. I think Italy will be too strong for Bulgaria. Now we move into Group D, which is France's group, and it is France 7, Ukraine 3, Finland 2, Bosnia and Kazakhstan all on 1 point as well. And it's Kazakhstan against Ukraine. Look, Kazakhstan, obviously again, Scotland have slipped up in Kazakhstan. I wouldn't expect Ukraine to slip up in Kazakhstan. Ukraine, it's all changed for Ukraine. Obviously, because Andriy Shevchenko is no longer the manager. Look, I think he did a good job at Ukraine. I think he did a good job with them, and I think he did a good job at the Euros. It was just, unfortunately, they haven't done very well. So I think it's going to be very, very interesting to see how well they do, but I'm going to give them a 2-1 win. I'm going to give them a 2-1 win to Ukraine. And now we have France against Bosnia. Again, France, disappointing Euros. Obviously going out to Switzerland, which was a big, big shock. They'll be wanting to do a lot better as well. Obviously, they are the World Cup holders, of course. So they'll be wanting to do a little bit better. Bosnia just need to get off the mark, really. I mean, they have got 1 point. That is for sure, but it will be very interesting to see how well they do. But I'm going to give them a 2-1 win against Bosnia. I think France will just sneak through this one. Look, they've got a plethora of talent. It's just the manager, I think, that's keeping them back, in all honesty. I really, really do. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to France. And now we move into Group E. And this group is hotting up. Belgium have 7 points, Czech Republic have 4 points, Wales and Belarus have 3 points, and Estonia are on 0 points. Now, Wales are not playing this match day. So we have Czech Republic against Belarus. Again, Czech Republic had a pretty good Euros, I thought. With players coming through like Tomas Soucek, Vladimir Sufal, and obviously Patrick Schick as well. Obviously he did make Scotland feel Schick, didn't he? So I've got to give Czech Republic a win, in all honesty. Belarus on 0 points. They're on 3 points actually. They're on 3 points. It's Estonia that are on. So I think I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Czech Republic. And Estonia against Belgium now. Look, I think Belgium will be too strong for Estonia. Again, another team that had a disappointing Euros. I think they should have done a lot better with the plethora of talent that was on the show. I feel that they should have done a lot better. But they didn't, and unfortunately that was the case for Belgium. So I'm going to go for a 3-0 win to Belgium as well. Now we move into Group F, and we have Denmark, Scotland, Israel, Austria, Faroe Islands and Moldova. So This is how it stands at the moment. Denmark 3 wins out of 3 with 9 points. Scotland 1 win, 2 draws, 5 points. Israel 4, Austria 4, Faroe Islands 1 and Moldova 1. And the first games preview and predict for this one is Faroe Islands against Israel. I'm going to be honest. I think Faroe Islands will be disappointed with the way that they've started. I thought they might have actually got something. They drew with Moldova. I think that's quite a shock. I think they would have expected to have beaten Moldova, I think. Israel have started well, 4 points as well. So they've started really, really well. But I think they will win against the Faroe Islands. It's a tricky place to go to. It really is. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Israel in this one. And now we have Denmark against Scotland. Oh dear. Well, put it this way, I don't see Liverpool getting anything. Not Liverpool. Sorry, Scotland getting anything from Denmark. I'm going to be honest with you. Denmark captured the hearts of everybody when they got to the semi-finals of the Euros, and they did absolutely fantastically to get that far. And yeah, they won our hearts for sure. They won everyone's hearts. But I think they'll beat Scotland, unfortunately. Scotland, Steve Clarke has signed a new contract as Scotland boss as well, but I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Denmark. I don't see Scotland posing Denmark any problems. Might be a little bit better. To see at Hampden Park, but I do think Denmark will beat Scotland by 2-0. And then we have Moldova against Austria, another tricky one to call as well. I know Austria have started well with obviously 4 points from their first 3 games. Moldova on 1 point as well, so I feel that it's going to see. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Austria as well. And now we move into Group G, which is a very interesting group actually. Turkey are on 7 points. Netherlands and Montenegro are on 6 points. Netherlands, Montenegro and Norway all on 6 points. Latvia on 1 point and Gibraltar on 0. Latvia against Gibraltar. Latvia involved in a 3-3 classic with Norway in the last game. I fully expect Latvia to beat Gibraltar, in all honesty. I really, really do. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Latvia. Norway against Netherlands. Holland against Van Dijk. Obviously, the best thing about this game is that Louis van Gaal is back in charge of Holland for, I think it's a third spell. Again. Look, it's a great appointment because I didn't think Netherlands were going very far under Frank de Boer, and I thought that once he'd gone, I think there was only really one option. Really, it was Van Gaal. But Norway, they've started well. They have started very, very well, and this is going to be a very interesting game. I'm going to pick Netherlands to win this one. Sorry to all my Norwegian followers. Hela, I believe you're obviously wanting them to win, but I just have a feeling Netherlands are going to win this one. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Netherlands. And Turkey, Montenegro. Turkey had a really disappointing Euros going out of the group stage as well. But I fully expect them to bounce back, and I'm going to go for them to beat Montenegro by 3-1. And now we have the group of the Balkans now. Croatia and Russia are on 6 points. Slovakia are on 5 points. Cyprus on 4 points. Slovenia on 3 and Malta on 1. And it is Malta against Cyprus. This is a very interesting one. But Cyprus have 4 points. I've got a feeling that Cyprus will go to Malta, carve out a 1-0 win. I don't expect many goals, so I'm going to go for a 1-0 win for them as well. Slovenia against Slovakia. Another tricky one to call. This group is really, really open, you'd have to say. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I don't see many goals in that one. And Russia against Croatia. It is in Russia. I've got a feeling that Russia will beat Croatia, and that means that Russia will go top of Group H. So Russia 2, Croatia 0. Now we have Group I. England on 9 points, obviously. Hungary on 7 points. Albania on 6. Poland on 4. And then Andorra and San Marino on 0. And Andorra and San Marino both meet as well. Well, what I will say, I have a feeling that this is going to be an Andorra win. In Andorra, so I fully expect Andorra to get off the mark. Going to go for a 3-0 win to Andorra. I think Andorra will be too strong for San Marino. And we have a very interesting game in Budapest. It is Hungary against England. Look, Hungary, I thought, actually did pretty well. They were in the group of death, but they managed to hold France. Unlucky to lose to Portugal as well. And they drew with Germany as well. So they were unlucky. They were very unlucky. England, obviously, they got to final as well. So, but it's a big crowd. It's a big crowd in Budapest. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think Hungary can get something from England. I really do. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. We have Poland against Albania. I think Poland will win this one pretty comfortably, in all honesty. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Albania. Goodness me. Poland, I should say, as well. And now we have the final group as well. This is very interesting. So Armenia lead the way with 9 points. North Macedonia and Germany both on 6. Romania and Iceland both on 3. And Liechtenstein on 0 as well. So it is Liechtenstein against Germany next. Look, I think Germany should win against Liechtenstein. They should. Obviously, new man at the helm as well. It's going to be very interesting to see how Hansi Flick does. But in all honesty, Germany should be absolutely thrashing Liechtenstein. I think it's going to be a case of how many for Germany. In all honesty, 4-0 to Germany. I'm going to go for a 4-0 to Germany for this one. North Macedonia against Armenia. I know North Macedonia did well they didn't do well at the Euros, but they were all right. They were all right. They weren't the worst team. They weren't the worst team for sure at the Euros. Armenia top of the group as well. So very interesting. So I'm going to say North Macedonia go on to 9 points as well. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to North Macedonia. And we have one last game, is Iceland against Romania. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think both of these sides can't be really separated in the tables. So I will get them to be both on 4 points as well. So that is it. That is World Cup Predictions Match Day 4 done and dusted. As I have always said to these predictions, leave your predictions in the comment section down below, and the highest scorer will get a shout out in the next video, which I will do in the next video. I will make sure that everyone's high scores have been calculated, and we will see what happens as well. So, Group A, I'm going Luxembourg 1, Azerbaijan 1, Portugal 3, Republic of Ireland 0. Group B, Georgia 1, Kosovo 0, Sweden 1, Spain 2. Group C, Lithuania 0, Northern Ireland 1, Italy 3, Bulgaria 0. Group D, Kazakhstan 1, Ukraine 2, France 2, Bosnia 1. Group E, Czech Republic 2, Belarus 0, Estonia 0, Belgium 3. Group F, Faroe Islands 0, Israel 1, Denmark 2, Scotland 0, Moldova 0, Austria 1. Group G, Latvia 2, Gibraltar 0, Norway 1, Netherlands 2, Turkey 3, Montenegro 1. Group H, Malta 0, Cyprus 1, Slovenia 1, Slovakia 1, Russia 2, Croatia 0. Group I, Andorra 3, San Marino 0, Hungary 1, England 1, Poland 2, Albania 0. Group J, Liechtenstein 0, Germany 4, North Macedonia 2, Armenia 0, and Iceland 1, Romania 1. So that does it. That does it for your match day 4 predictions there, and we will see what happens in these games. Of course, obviously Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, Scotland, England, all playing in this match day. We will see what happens. But until then, it's goodbye from me. If you do like the content, please hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video as well. I have missed doing these World Cup predictions as well, but obviously, it is an international break, so you will be getting international content from me until it's over, of course. So I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye bye for now. Enjoy the football. Cheers. Bye.